hosted by Matt Riches.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is the weekend. It is Saturday, May 30th. So you know what that means. We are charting different tickers. This is a different show for today. We're not only gonna chart some of our $1 trillion tickers, we're actually gonna chart SPX, the NAS100, the Dow Jones, SPY, and QQQ, and Bitcoin in this episode. So be prepared for that. I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes so you can set your alerts and get back to your Saturday. All right, I'm going to give you levels to the downside, which are support, levels to the upside, which are resistance. Price will need to break and hold over those levels. You can also play the retest, and I will also give you levels that are beyond the all-time high price in that area we call price discovery land. All right, so let's get into these charts, y'all. All right, we're going to start out with SPX. You know, this is the future for the S&P 500. This is the index that SPY is very similar to. So here we are, y'all. Current price, 7,574. So to the downside support, our first daily level here is going to be Friday's close, which is 7,556. If we do break underneath that, we have our previous swing high level here of 7,514. Underneath that, we got 7,489. Underneath that, we got 7,446. And then once we get down here, we get into our smart money concept support zone. And that begins at 7,416. We do have a daily level inside this support zone at 7,385. We do have the middle of this support zone, which is 7,373. And the bottom of our support zone is actually our swing low, which is 7,330. So you can set those price alerts, and you will need a break and hold, or you can play it as a break and retest for less risk. All right, to the upside, we have the all-time high, which is 7,594. And then we have our level here in price discovery land, which is 7,600, somewhat of a psychological level. And then above that, we have our price discovery land that's based on a 4-hour time frame at $7,648, y'all. So that's what we have for SPX. Next up, let's go to the NAS100. This is QQQ's version of the index. All right, this is the future for the top 100 technology companies on the market. Current price, 30,314. Yes, we did break 30,000 this week, this month, this year. Hope you invested in technology, because we live in the future. So you should definitely be invested in technology. All right, so first level to the downside, our support level here is going to be the close of Friday, which is 30,139. Followed by that, we have 29,893. Followed by, so this level here is our daily level, and it's also very close to our previous swing high. So it's going to be a lot of support in these two levels here. So the bottom of this level is 29,673, and the top here is 29,693. So do expect a bounce if price does end up coming down in here. Okay, underneath that, we have 29,604, followed by 29,351. And then underneath that, we get into our smart money concepts support zone here, which starts at $29,097. Inside that support zone, we do have two levels. The first one is 29,020, followed by 29,707. And then we have our swing low, which is the bottom of the support zone at 28,565. We do have the middle of our support zone here at 29,827, so be aware of that as well. Okay, so above price, we're looking for resistance levels. We have the all-time high of 30,458. Followed by that, we have some levels here in price discovery land. We have 30,791, followed by 30,990. And then if we just continue to go on this nice bull run, we have 31,574. So set those alerts. Next up, let's check out the Dow Jones, y'all. Shout out Pam Bondi. I heard Pam Bondi had cancer, so let's send some prayers out to Pam Bondi. She got her fame for talking about how we shouldn't worry about anything as far as the economy because the Dow Jones hit 50,000. Well, it's back up to 50,000. It actually hit 51,000 this week. Okay, so current price 50,948. So our support level to the downside is going to be Friday's close, followed by Friday's close of 50,630, followed by our previous swing high, which is back here in February, and that's 50,512. And then we have our next level of 50,315. And then we have our psychological level of 50,000, followed by 49,686. And then we get into our smart money concept support zone, beginning at 49,269. And then inside the support zone, we do have our swing low here of $49,063. We have the middle of our support zone of $49,948. And then the bottom of our support zone here is $48,640. Okay, so to the upside resistance, we have Friday's high of $51,068, followed by the all-time high of $51,128. And then we do have a couple levels here in price discovery land based on the 4-hour chart of 51,271, followed by 51,667. All right, next, let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin current price. So the SPX, the NAS100, and the Dow Jones have been in bullish trending momentum, but Bitcoin is different, y'all. Bitcoin hit this swing high May 6th, but in actuality, if we zoom in or actually zoom out, the all-time high is way back here in October 2025, and then we have another swing high here at 97,000. So it's really just been in this range, y'all. It's been in this range. Once it rejected this 97,000, it sold off all the way down to 60,000, and we just been trading in this range since then. We hit that 60,000 back here in February. So our current price for Bitcoin is 73,697. So to the downside support, we got 70,512, followed by this swing low here of 64,938, followed by 62,534, and then our swing low on a monthly basis, which is the lowest that it's been in a very long time, 60,000. So we haven't been at 60,000 since when, y'all? October 2024. So be aware of that. And then to the upside, we do have $78,015, followed by this swing high here of 82,814. So until we break this 82,000, I'm still bearish. Even though we've been bullish for the past couple, well, from this swing low, which was the end of March of this year, we did have a nice run up, but then we rejected at this 82,800, and we've been in a downtrend ever since. So I'm not bullish on Bitcoin overall until we can break and hold over this $82,814. Okay, we'll see what happens once we get down here to 70,512. All right, next let's check out SPY. Okay, this is SPY, the SPY, the 500 most valuable companies on the market based on market cap, and the holdings are in that order. Okay, so we have current price $756.48. So to the downside support, we got 755, followed by Friday's low of 754.70. So these levels are going to be a lot closer than the other levels because these numbers are a lot smaller. As you can see, we are not over 1,000 as we were in the many of thousands with SPX, and we're actually over 30,000 with the NAS100. Okay, so to the downside support, we got 755.15, and we have Friday's low of 754.70. And then I know you wanted some 1 hour levels here because this Thursday candle was so big. It was actually, it ran from here to here, and I don't want to give you these levels way down here without giving you anything inside this candle. So I give you 753.70, followed by 752.75, and then 750.60, followed by our previous swing high here of 749.50, and then we have 749.25. So it's going to be a lot of buyers in this area. Underneath that, we got 748.20, 744.50, 741.60, 739.30. And then we get into our smart money concept support zone here at 737.74. Even though I don't think we'll get that low in 1 week, but it is possible. Anything is possible with this market. And then we have a couple levels inside the support zone at 737.05, 733.90. And then we have our swing low here, which is the bottom of the support zone at 731.55. Okay, to the upside, we do have our hourly level here, 756.85, followed by 757.80, and then the all-time high is 758.08. And we do have three levels here in price discovery land. We have 759.95, followed by 761.56, and 765.35. Set your alerts. Next up, we got QQQ. This is our top 100 technology stocks. If you are invested in the stock market and you live in the future, you should definitely be invested in technology stocks. Okay, current price, $738.31. To the downside support, we got $735.25, followed by $734.10, $730.10, $728.40. And then we have our gap here. The top of this gap is 724.07. Bottom of the gap is 722.21. And that is also our previous swing high here of 722. Underneath that, we got 718.10, 715.95, 710.20, 706.35. To the downside, we do have our psychological level inside our smart money concepts zone of 700. And the bottom of that zone is actually our swing low, which is 695.25. Okay, so above that, above our level here, our first resistance level is going to be 739.54, followed by the all-time high at 741.63. Above that, we have 744.80 and 748.65. All right, so set those alerts, and we will check on these prices next week when we stream live. I stream live every single day on this channel, Matt Rich's 510 AI Music. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody that hits the like button. Shout out to everybody that's getting money from the stock market. Shout out to everybody whose accounts is hitting all-time highs because the market is at all-time highs. All right. Next episode, we will be doing the $1 trillion ticker semiconductor stocks. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings,